Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming next. Good Sports was recorded live on Thursday, November 5th. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I'm Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Today we're here at Core Strategies, Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness. The physical therapists at Core don't just treat symptoms, they treat the whole person. Treatment plans are customized specifically for each patient and their unique needs. At Core, they educate you about your issue, create and implement a program to help you, and empower you to prevent future occurrences. Core Strategies Physical Therapy is located at 10400 West 103rd Street, just on the east side of 69 Highway. For more information or to set up an appointment, and no doctor referral is needed to set up an appointment, call Core at 913-322-4000 or visit their website, corestrategiespt.com. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to congratulate the Kansas City Royals on their World Series championship, which we feature on the cover of our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and you can pick up your copy at over 700 locations in KC, and it's absolutely free. Also, with this month's issue, KC Sports continues to celebrate our 18th straight year as the Sports Illustrated of Kansas City, and I celebrate my 10th year as the owner and publisher. Now, in our hockey report presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, which is scheduled to open on November 14th. In our Sportingly Summit Soccer report, we introduce you to this successful organization and tell you about their leagues, their camps, plus indoor soccer activities. Now, you can visit our new and improved website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website, too. Now, I also want to mention that you can now get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. And all you have to do is go to that new and improved website, kcsportspaper.com, and sign up where it says Join Our Fan Club. Then watch your email for the next issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. Now, today we're here at Core Strategies, which I mentioned, and we're joined by Scott Moreland. He writes a number of articles that you'll see. You can find him on our website. You can also find him in the publication. And he joins us today. He is a physical therapist here. Scott, welcome to our show. Thank you for joining us. Give us a little background on you. How long have you been doing the physical therapy thing? How long have you been at Core?
So I've been a physical therapist for about 5 years now, and I've been at Core for coming up on a year and a half.
Very good, very good. So what kind of clients do you often see at Core? Do you specialize in something, or is it just a variety of people? But what do you usually see?
Well, if you move, we treat you.
Okay.
It's really a nice variety of clients. We treat all the way from adolescents up to geriatric populations. So also people who are extremely active, running marathons,
right,
half marathons. Also people who are just having difficulty with balance or having a little shoulder pain. It's really all over the board, which kind of keeps it nice and interesting for us.
Yeah, the thing I found interesting is the mechanics can make such a big difference in doing it right or doing it wrong. Doing it wrong often leads to pain, and doing
Absolutely.
it right is and how you guys figure that out and you know, adjust people to do it the right way is just truly amazing for me now. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, the November issue, which has the World Series winning Royals on the cover, you write about the IT band.
Yes.
What is the IT band? Where is the IT band? What kind of music do they play? What function does it serve?
So the IT band, if you want the full name, is the iliotibial band. It's a strong piece of tissue that runs from the outside part of the hip, down to the outside part of the knee. Okay. So it's very strong because it runs both places. It controls movement at both places, the hip and the knee. Okay. So it and you mentioned that it's pretty thick and pretty totally strong. It's extremely strong. I have memories from anatomy class when we're working with cadavers, and you just go through scalpel after scalpel trying to cut this thing. It's so thick.
Yeah, that's interesting for sure. So what causes IT band problems? What's happening? What causes the problem? What do you feel? How do you know? So it's almost always some combination of an imbalance in the system.
whenever you're having a tissue like the IT band that's yelling at you, it's because either it's trying to do too much or something else is compensating
Right.
and taking over. And it's when you get that imbalance. And so it can be very different for different people.
Really?
For one person, it might be poor control at the knee, and another it might be at the foot, and another it might be at the hip.
Right. Is it a sports-only issue, or
No.
can I walk in here with IT band?
No, I mean
problems?
we frequently see it with active populations such as runners or sports, but not necessarily. We see people who come in having symptoms or tenderness along the IT band who don't run, who don't get out there every day.
Does it just heal itself? Is it something that just goes away, or is it something that's chronic and or happens again and again?
So that's a really interesting question. What happens with the IT band when it gets to a point where it's having symptoms and it's giving you problems, a lot of times what people will do is self-modify, and they'll stop doing whatever it is that hurts them. And so they're no longer having symptoms, but that issue is still there in the background. And that's where it goes back to what you started with, is identifying how you're moving and what's putting the stress on it. So does it go away? Well, gosh, I guess if you stop doing the thing that hurts, it might go away, but then you're not doing the thing that you want to do anymore. And it's our job to figure out, hey, you should be able to move. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to do X, Y, or Z.
Absolutely, yeah. So can you get it only in one leg rather than the others? I'd heard that if you're a runner and you run on the street and the streets are crowned, crowned like this, if you're running with the leg that's a little higher will get the IT issue.
Well, that's an excellent point, because we talk about that with our runners. Is are you only running on one side of the street? But to answer your question, first of all, IT syndrome can happen on both legs at the same time, but most of the time it's only on one leg. And the other thing that I don't know if we mentioned is a lot of times your pain is going to be around the knee, but it can also be just around the thigh, and it can also be around the hip. The reason I mentioned that, you mentioned the angle on the road. Depending on how you compensate for that angle, it might be your uphill side or it might be your downhill side that hurts. So it can be one or both, and it could be in different places on either side.
Complicated issue that needs help from somebody that knows the business. One of the things that you say in the article is not to necessarily use a foam roller. A lot of people will use those hard foam rollers, and they'll actually roll on top of it, and that eases some of the discomfort.
Sure.
But you think that's just a temporary solution.
Yeah, and that's the issue. There's nothing wrong with it, and it may provide you temporary relief. And even in the clinic, when I'm treating someone who has IT band syndrome, a lot of times we will get on the foam roller and we'll say, for now, work on this. But that tissue shouldn't be hurting. Let's figure out why that's hurting in the first place. Let's figure out what the imbalance is and correct that. So for the long term, you're not having to roll it out every day.
Right. So how do you figure out what the issue is? I know it's individual for each person, but what's the general process you'd go through if I came in and said, man, it hurts over in my knee? So
I suppose the three most basic things that I'm going to look at are strength. What is strong? What is weak? If there's a mismatch there, we'll address that. Flexibility. Is there something that's too tight that is restricting a movement? And then the third thing, which is really what we try to focus here at CORE, is how are you moving? So regardless of if I lay you on the table and test, is this muscle strong, when I stand you up and I ask you to do a squat or balance on one leg, how do you do that? Which muscles are you using? And that's where we get our biggest clues when we're trying to figure out where this IT syndrome is coming from.
I gotcha. Yeah. So it's complicated, but you guys have a process that you go through that makes sense for people and allows you to do that. Are there any things, if you have this issue, are there any things you should avoid? I mean, first off, let me ask you, what does the pain feel like? So that if somebody out there is saying, I have this issue, I don't know, my knees hurt. I played hockey. I was the goalie. I slammed my knees into the ice. And so my knees hurt now at my age. But how do you know it's the IT band? How do you know it's not the knee?
So The most typical presentation is going to be pain on the outside of your knee during a running type activity.
Okay.
As I said before, it could be more on just the lateral part of the thigh or the outside part of the hip as well,
Okay.
but most commonly it presents on the outside of that knee, and it's during the activity.
Okay.
As it gets more severe, it may continue to hurt afterwards. But typically, when it first starts, it's going to be outside of the knee with more activity.
Gotcha. So we've been talking with Scott Moreland. He is a physical therapist here at Core Strategies Physical Therapy. I'll give you their phone number. It's 913-322-4000. They're at 103rd and 69 Highway, basically just a little east of that in Overland Park. Scott, thank you so much for joining us and filling us in on this issue, that people,
Sure.
IT band, what the heck is that? Well, now we know.
There you go.
Now we know. We're going to take a quick break. You are watching or listening to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. Today we're coming to you from Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness located at 10400 West 103rd Street, just east of 69 Highway. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Come on out to the Kansas City Ice Center and skate on the outdoor pavilion or the indoor ice rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times, to register for classes, or schedule an upcoming party or group event, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033. These days, we're all so busy and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, get a free chair massage with your initial visit. Just mention KC Sports when you make your appointment. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. Experience a touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence and take advantage of the best prices of the year during the Winterstone Fall Clearance Last Blast Sale. Visit the Winterstone Pro Shop at 17101 East Kentucky Road in Independence. Find them online at winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. People today use hundreds of sources to find local information online. Have you Googled yourself lately? Bad online comments can irreparably damage you and your business. For a free online strategy review, contact Market Leverage at 816-600-0564. That's 816-600-0564. Whatever your sport, maximize your performance at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness Center in Overland Park. The team at Core specializes in rehab and performance training for all ages and activity levels. To learn more about Core's sports-specific programs, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. Get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Just sign up on our new and improved website, kcsportspaper.com. Then watch your email for the next issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. Would you like to have us tape an episode of Good Sports at your business location? Call us today at 913-764-2050. Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and get golf ready at Eagles Landing. Sign up for 5 group lessons for $99. For more details on tournaments or memberships or to set up a tee time, visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com or call 816-318-0004. Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're here at Core Strategies, Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness. The physical therapists at Core don't just treat symptoms, they treat the whole person. Treatment plans are customized specifically for each patient and their unique needs. At Core, they educate you about your issue, create and implement a program to help you and empower you to prevent future occurrences. Core Strategies Physical Therapy is located at 10400 West 103rd Street, just on the east side of 69 Highway. For more information or to set up an appointment, and no doctor referral is needed to set up an appointment, call Core at 913-322-4000 or visit their website, corestrategiespt.com. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out our Heartland Soccer Report presented by Market Leverage. This month, we feature the Sporting KC Soccer Academy. And in our Health and Fitness Report presented by the Rowe Neurology Institute, we discuss stress, a body composition analysis machine called the BodPod, and IT band syndrome, which we just talked about in our last segment. We also honor U.S. Army high school top performers from Grain Valley, Blue Valley North, and we feature a future soldier who goes to Olathe East. You can pick up your copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including right here at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, at most of the golf courses in KC, plus you'll always find it out at the Kansas City Ice Center. Now, coming up on Saturday, November 14th, we will be at the Kansas City Ice Center for the grand opening of the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, and the KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. And if you'd like to have us come out and tape a show at your business location, call Good Sports at 913-764-2050. And now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. And now we're joined here at Core Strategies Physical Therapy by another of the physical therapists here. She's also one of the owners of Core Strategies Physical Therapy. Danielle Debbrecht is joining us today. Thanks so much for hosting us here at Core. You said you had some patients coming in a little bit later on today, but we squeezed this in.
Exactly.
So tell us, just give us an overview. What kinds of services are offered in this facility?
So the biggest thing we do is physical therapy, and we also have a sport performance component, and then we also do medical fitness. Our sports performance programs, we really can target all sports. The two that we focus on the most in the Kansas City community are our running athletes and then also our golfers. So those are our two primary target populations with our sport performance programs. And then on our medical fitness, that program is really designed to help people. Maybe they've had an injury in the past. Maybe they're just taking up training and they don't know how to really bridge that gap from where they are and where they want to go without stirring up other comorbidities or previous injuries. And so sometimes they just need a little bit more training. And so we use our physical therapy staff to really bridge that gap for people. So those are really our primary programs.
And if somebody out there is watching this, they don't need a referral to come and see you. If they are having an issue, they can call you up and just set up an appointment.
Exactly. All three of those programs, you can directly access us. We can just call and get you set up. You know, we do collaborate and work with a lot of our physician and coach partners within the community. So we definitely are networking with those additional providers to meet the needs of our clients. So we still work as a team.
So give us that phone number and that website.
Our office is 913-322-4000, and our website is www.coreptkc.com.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk a little bit about orthotics. Obviously, pain is an indication that something's going wrong, and this even holds true for our feet. Bad feet can really mess up everything. They're the thing that's touching the ground, so they can really mess you up from head to toe, from toe to head, I guess is the way you'd put it. Is it true that most people with foot imbalances don't have foot pain, or they just suffer a little?
You know, it definitely can vary. We have people that we've seen that, you know, they come in for their primary complaint being foot pain, and they may or may not be appropriate for an orthotic. We have to go through an evaluation process to determine that. Conversely, you may have people that come in with absolutely zero foot pain, but they're having knee pain or hip pain or back pain in their daily life or their sport. And it may stem from a failure to control the foot. And so, you know, our primary emphasis is we want to build in active control strategies, teaching them how to use their muscles and regaining that control that they can actively do for themselves when possible. there are some circumstances where either people can't control it or can't control it at the time frame that they need to be able to perform the way they want to. So we do use orthotics, when appropriate for those people to really help them.
Right. So the athlete, how does an orthotic help an athlete be a little faster, be a little more balanced? I mean, what is it doing to the athlete?
Yeah. So ideally, an orthotic is going to help you control the loading mechanism of the foot. One of the misnomers, sometimes out there in the general population is that pronation is bad, or that's when
and
the
what
arch.
is pronation?
Pronation is when the foot, the arch of the foot, kind of collapses.
Okay.
And so there's this kind of misconception that that's bad. It's in fact part of the normal gait cycle or running cycle. It is normal. It's only a problem if it's excessive or too early in the motion.
Okay.
So what we specifically do in determining if we're going to put somebody in orthotic is we want to identify if it's excessive or if it's too early. And if we can actively teach them how to build in control by training their muscles, we do that. If not, we can use an orthotic that will help them decelerate those forces or provide a little bit of a passive support or passive brake to decelerate that, and then help them kind of during the transfer of force to push off in their normal gait cycle or running cycle. One of the things that you have to be careful of is not all orthotics are created equal, and some just work as a passive block. They just prevent movement, but they don't then encourage the spring or the recoil effect that you need to get the maximum efficiency out of the foot. So some of the products that we use tend to really facilitate the natural biomechanics of the foot rather than just being a passive block that restricts motion and tries to prevent the overpronation or the collapse of the arch.
Right.
It's a bit more about we want to facilitate optimum mechanics where possible. So for a lot of people, that may be just doing muscle corrective exercises. For other people, it's using an orthotic that's designed to help them facilitate the normal mechanics of the foot.
Besides looking at the mechanics and all that, how do you fit somebody for an orthotic?
Yeah, so with the product that we use, it's a simple kind of foam form that we press the foot into, and we send that out, and that orthotic is custom fitted. We can then do a small little minor adjustments in the clinic once we fit that to them. But the biggest thing is making sure that we're analyzing whether or not an orthotic is truly the problem, because we could put orthotics on everybody, but that's not going to fix problems for everybody. So we want to be really judicious when we're making that recommendation to identify that in fact it's the best fit for that client.
Yeah, that makes sense, certainly. What about over-the-counter orthotics? I know you guys wrote in an article, it was back in May, but it's also on our website, where you compared two kids, and one of them needed a custom-fit orthotic, but the other one could just buy something over-the-counter.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's plenty of products out there. We have some products in our facility, and that can really help just, again, get a little bit of that spring effect or that recoil. I mean, the bottom of our foot is kind of like a spring, and when we're walking, we load that, and then as you push off onto your toe, that recoil helps propel us to the next step. And so for some kids, it's just a simple little support to help them regain that control. So, a little assistive device. And sometimes, it's just going through the growth phases where the muscles can't keep up, and we just want to, in a short term, facilitate that motion, and there's no reason to spend the kind of money that you need to in a custom orthotic. You might as well just use a temporary, off-the-shelf product that gets you that benefit without the heavy financial investment. So
Right, and that's predominantly for the kids.
we use them for adults as well, though. So it really depends on the foot and what our goal is with that orthotic. If it's going to be a long-term solution, or if we're using it as a little bit of a training tool to get them back post-injury or something like that. So
when you do a custom orthotic, is there a break-in period that you retrain your body, your feet, your legs?
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
Anytime you put something new in your shoe, you're going to feel like it's out of place. Like that doesn't seem right. So we kind of have people progressively increase the amount of hours per day that they're wearing that orthotic, and eventually it becomes normal, and you can't remember that it ever felt weird. It just becomes your new norm.
It's like contact lenses; you have to ease your way into them, don't you?
Exactly. So
yeah. So, are there different orthotics for different sports, or do you wear an orthotic in your dress shoes that's different than your sports sporting activity shoes?
Yeah, a lot of times it's the material that the orthotic is made out of that might change, or the coating. If we have an athlete that's going to use that orthotic, we'll put a top layer on it that has a little bit more odor resistant factors than if you're going to put it into a dress shoe. We do have options for women in high heels. So there's lots of different options out there. The key is really the assessment process to make sure that that's the right option for the client, not just putting everybody in orthotics, because there are some people that their foot actually is less efficient in an orthotic than it was without. So it's definitely not the fix for everyone. It comes down to that assessment process and making that recommendation.
Well, how can people get that assessment process? Give us that information again.
Yeah, exactly. They just need to give us a call at Core Strategies, and our phone number is 913-322-4000, and our website is coreptkc.com.
Okay, terrific. Well, that's wonderful. Yeah. Well, believe it or not, we are out of time. That'll do it for our show. My thanks to Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness for hosting us today. And thanks to physical therapists Danielle Debbrecht and Scott Moreland from Core for joining us today. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over KC, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Whatever your sport, maximize your performance at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness Center in Overland Park. The team at Core specializes in rehab and performance training for all ages and activity levels. To learn more about Core's sports-specific programs, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000. Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or your driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com.
Are you a migraine sufferer living in Kansas City? Are you tired of trying medication after medication and nothing seems to work? Rowe Neurology Institute can help you. Dr. Vernon Rowe has been treating migraine patients in Kansas City for 30 years. At the Rowe Neurology Institute, we control migraines for 90% of the patients who come to see us by figuring out what triggers their migraines, rather than just prescribing pills. Make an appointment today with Rowe Neurology Institute and start taking your life back.
How sweet it is! The Royals are World Series champs, and we've got your coverage in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Visit our website, kcsportspaper.com, and check out our stories on the Royals, plus the Chiefs, college football, and more. Plus, we also feature the Market Leverage Heartland Soccer Report, the U.S. Army High School Top Performers, the Sporting Lee's Summit Soccer Report, and the KCI Center Hockey Report. KC Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations, plus online at kcsportspaper.com. So check it out today. Optimal Health Center in Overland Park has sports medicine specialists who can get you back in the game. And right now, get a free consultation and half-hour massage with your coupon from Kansas City Sports and Fitness. To find out more about the wellness solutions available at Optimal Health Center, visit ohckc.org or call 913-888-3338. Sign up now for winter and holiday soccer camps and clinics presented by Sporting Lee's Summit. They have a keeper clinic, striker clinic, and holiday soccer camp for ages U7 through U18. These camps are designed and facilitated by MLS Coaching, Academy, and affiliate staff. Space is limited, so register early by going to sportingls.org and clicking on Tournaments and Camps. For more information, call Sporting Lee's Summit at 816-554-BALL.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
Be sure to check out the Kansas City Ice Center Hockey Guide inside November's Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find KC Sports Magazine at over 700 locations across Kansas City, and you can check out the issue online at kcsportspaper.com. Come on out to the Kansas City Ice Center and skate on the outdoor pavilion or the indoor ice rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times, to register for classes, or schedule an upcoming party or group event, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033. Would you like to have us tape an episode of Good Sports at your business location? Call us today at 913-764-2050. Now you can see Good Sports on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel.